I kind of really did stay still, and I desire to stay still. And it doesn't mean that I stay still like the kids think either. So, but this video, I wanted people to contemplate the way that this thing can work. See, I know I got a lot of subscribers from a video that I made about the narcissism, which is not my favorite subject matter. But it does tie into my favorite subject matter. Of course, it's like saying, well, I'm saying my favorite subject matter is the truth found in reality, and not the ones that deny that, and the kind of the antichrist. You see, um, that's what precisely what narcissism is. It's the AI generator, but it's moving into, definitely it's being computerized and robotized to manage every aspect of our lives if we're not careful, you know. The big black boot over there forever. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about, see, um, it's like, wow, I got 175 subscribers in one night, and then it kept increasing to clear up to 300. Um, and within 4 days or so, or 2 weeks, it kept dwindling out to one a day subscriber. And so, but see, my point is like, imagine if all those people sent me, not you. See, that's where you're not going to like this game. That's where I don't like money, is because it makes people short-sighted and retarded. But anyway, let's get back to this. What if somebody like me was to, let's start the trend. I don't know why. It's like not like wide open, and see, what I'm going to say is, of course this is what it's for. But see, and the saying goes, like more than ever, like never before, um, watch where you put your money, and watch who you work for. Gosh, now this is opening up a big can of worms, because um, we're looking at healers. The tables can turn, where people that have been called crazy will be hired to let us know more about their craziness, because in fact, whatever, maybe they're a soothsayer or a healer holding up a cure, or letting us know something, even just a talk. But they will be getting paid, it's just, if it's the real thing. Otherwise, you see, if it's the real thing, see, if otherwise you're giving it back to what? The military over there, and certainly it's keeping tighten it into the, oh, talk about the robot, the machine over there. And I'm sorry, but all of this stuff can exist as far as machinery, like Tesla was trying to do over there, but on a better scale of doing. If we had a better sense of how to avoid, how to become what we do, what's happening, anyway, I'm sorry, but what's happening with, see, the increase in population, but it seems like less and less know how to do anything. And it's more of preying on this sense of scarcity and misery. Really, a lot of people, it's either you're miserable because you don't win the war, or you get your false sense of success and on top and getting ahead because you're winning the war. And what is the war but the moneymaker scene? And yeah, it's like, oh, time's out. And for a lot of getting back to staying still, if you possibly can, there's a trick that needs to be tripped instead of the power being tripped, right? Sorry, just kind of rambling, but what I really wanted to say is, okay, so imagine if it happened for me. That's all I can say. I know that you can care less, but um, that if 175, 300 sent me, 300 people sent me $20, even $10. Let me do the math in front of your face. I like the idea of $20 better, because it's like, what can you do? I don't know. It's just send as much as you can, but See, this is why I want to get my PayPal and Patreon, try to get it going, and I have a feeling that I might run into some problem, but it will be much easier than just my just my simple and easy same thing. But I don't know why everybody's so lazy putting up my address. I probably need I'm getting wheezy talking about this because pardon me. See, this is about my sense of self-worth and how I need to love myself. I need to just break through. I need to focus and here it is, August 9th, and I'm going through the middle. I mean, I've been battling something for a long time, but I'm realizing it's just like, no, this is really kind of happening, and it's whether it's unconscious or not, doesn't matter. It's happening. We are looking, and I would love to make a video. I've been talking about it here. I don't like it. It's quite intercepting. You know, it's just as akin, equal to, is what I mean, to going down the rabbit hole. When they talk about you're going to go down the rabbit hole, um, reaching for your real life, you're going to have demons that come out of the woodwork that say no way, and uh, yeah. So, but I wanted to do the math. Pardon me. Imagining if just 200 people, but last time I did it, I told you, did I? 200 people sending me $200. I mean, whoa, yeah, that's a lot. No, 200 people sending me. See, I'm very easy, and this would be a lot for me. And you don't even know how it would, it would save my creative life for sure. Because what has become of my life now, of my creative life, it's on the rocks. It's being threatened by something that couldn't care for it. See, this thing is like, if you can care for my creative life, I'm actually a live entertainer. I actually play music very well. I think I do, especially if we practice and you have a. See, I believe in playing music with people, and I actually believe too that music is like anything and everything else on the planet. It needs to be brought up again, what it's actually here for, what we are doing. And so, having said that, I have really I noticed that if I start playing music alone in front of people, just me saying, "Oh, look, I know how to play." I start piping up with an interesting dialogue about something, I don't know, but it's comical, and so I think maybe I could do comedy. Anyway, I'm trying to get more independent and stable. I guess the balance is the word that we use, and I know that I'll become more humble. You know, I'm actually very good at. See, I'm doing a job review right now in front of my people, and I'm sorry that narcissism isn't really my favorite subject matter. Although, have you been noticing that how I tie it in? You know, like we can the problem. It's of course the root problem of all problems is the mind. As a Buddhist, you really, because if you want us to come here, if you would really, you know, in case you notice the problem, what's the problem? A lot of times, yeah, you know, people are not cooperating half as much as they can with what? The truth. Versus what? Versus they choose to cooperate with the illusion generator that is the mind. And that you can say that it's really actually akin or the same as fear. Um, uh, because it doesn't have awareness, so that's just its nature. It has a desire to stay alive and be more real than, I'll dare say now, the living body of Christ, which is always just now. Very simple, actually. But I was about to do some math, which I think, oh God, isn't this interesting? I do. Everybody thinks it's way more interesting. Like, let's just wash a window, and isn't it interesting to make money? God, anything we could do, just make money, make money. So I'm giving it a shot. You know, I'm just going to be little old me and put a brand on it. Really, I'm going to try and spread it out to the whole organism and say, and are you a humane being too? And you saw my dictionary that I'm coming up. This, babes, this is just very, very small beginning to our business. Because look what will happen. If I see you have a YouTube channel, the thing is I go on there and I check out the people who have subscribed, and very few of them have as many subscribers. Me, I think some of them have made an account just to see on my page because they don't have any subscriber or even content. And it's like, babe, you need to open something up and say, hey, I would like to take part in the money grab or whatever, because if you did send me money, how would I be able to send you back something if I really did started making like a snowball? And here's how you make a snowball, babes. See, I got 300 subscribers, and I'm just giving you an example. Well, like I said, over the last, well, I got 175 in one night, but then it came up to, now it's up to 400. Now it's just 200. I already showed you 200 sent me $20. I would get $4,000. Babes, that is a lot of money for me. See, that's why I think we have to treat each other like just little birds in cages, and who needs water, and but see, now with the war game that money really is nowadays, I think I made a video already that says, you know what, I'm really better off. God is better off saying, now if you would like to um, watch me impale myself against a telephone pole forever, um, just 300 of you need to send $100. So if 300 people sent me $100, that's $30,000. Wow, man, fucking this is blowing my mind. But let's not go there. Let's just say if the 300 people sent me $20. I know you like this game, and you can play too. Just put anything on there and say, no, I am an honest human being. And I admit, that's my label. That's my label. And say, no, see, we will begin to organize. See, some things we'll have to be able to get on a net and on our own web, but it's already here. And just take care of each other financially. I'm kind of going like Robin Hood style. And I'm like, babe, but really, it's more like if you can. What I'm poking at is who has the money? How do you make money without going to a government job? And just everybody knows that you're just another brick in the wall there. That it's something that's like, no, because look at what it's really providing. It's a desert scape when it comes to if people were really the ecology that we had to draw off of, and and even the result of an environment happening because they had an IQ level or something they were doing every day. Well, you have to get rid of like the schools over there, the public schools especially. They're not creating anything that we can feed ourselves with, especially food. Food would be number one. I mean, it's kind of looking like it's an army. Why is it constantly looking like a boot camp and nobody can get stabilized? Pardon me. I know that I sound like ridiculous, but because there's a bigger thing. Hi, Christ. Did you know about the bigger thing? So if you knew you were in prison, why not take care of each other? And that's what real humane beings do. And see, because money was never your idea, however it's made. People are too obsessed with it, and it's like, but yeah, whose windows are you washing over there? Who cares? We've all done that, and we all have it in us as human beings to work with joy also. Now, watch out. You're being preyed upon. Your time is being wasted, as a matter of fact, because they're not going to reciprocate shit to you, but that funky crap called money, when really we all have to pay our bills, and that's all it is. And now look at it. Do you know what I might do if I make like a steady $4,000 a month? And I'll damn well record it here. And my recordings will and I'll do all kinds of stuff with my music and all that stuff. But what I want to do is I want to just I don't want to use the water company here. You've heard me talking about the water company before, and it's just I happen to think that the amount that I'm paying now, and just for little old me, I can get more water in here in a truck, and even because I don't drink it, I use a machine because they poisoned it. I could probably get better tasting all around and better mineral type of water delivered in a tank, and see just little old me, what I use per month, and I'll probably find out is like, because I think that would shock. See, that's the way you get back at whatever it is that has set everything up the way it is. That it's like this is very impermanent here, and more and more, even the plumbing isn't lasting very long. Not like what my great grandpa used to do the plumbing here. I think it might be lead, but this plumbing is not fucking up through thick and thin, and neither is a lot of the structure here. He was a man who said, "Do it right the first time, or don't do it at all." Because you don't want to come back to it. Do it right the first time because you don't want to have to come back to it and do it again. I don't know where was this person coming from. That's certainly not money talking. Anyway, getting back to this phenomena that if 200 people sent me just $10, God, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for little old me. I would be able to level out, like, because you know what? I'm an Aries rising at 6 degrees, and I have, for whatever reason, I think that worry will work, and it doesn't. I know that a long time ago, but you know what? I'm not stepping up to the fact that I've been creating already and I'm worth something right now. And it's like, okay, so, and I'm not just talking about these videos. Oh, I'm such a narcissist, man. I am going to capitalize on my bullshit. Not really, really. It's just, see, I could begin supporting other people. I would encourage them, say, man, you sent me money. Please open up your account so we could send you. This is amazing. How could it not happen for us? I would say, I would up the ante. If I got 200 people to send me $20, I would say, I would send them, right? You send them $100. Just send somebody we just pick on somebody. Say, hey, you seem to subscribe to them. I'm starting at $100. Can you match it? I don't know. Just for the fun of it. See, that's the kind of trend that needs to be set, especially for narcissists. When you keep doing something and you say you didn't do it, well, that's stupid because everybody does it. They're like, oh yeah, no, I get it, and they'll do it because everybody's doing it. That's all. But this is a good thing, aside from my other. See, if I got like millions of dollars, I would make it a trend that, like, you go out and you have a beautiful spaghetti dinner with your garlic bread and you tip the waiter or whatever, but then you go outside to listen to the band, and just run into somebody randomly. Just kind of back into them and say, excuse me, I thought you needed this, and then hand them an envelope, and it's full of $20,000, and they go, and they're not really surprised, but they're just like, oh, me today, cool, and they're like, and then they know what they have to do. Either they use that or whatever, but see, the best thing to do is kind of try to, see, everybody has a lot of money by then. It's not a big deal. See, it's like, oh, well, because they randomly handed somebody $180,000. That's just a trend. Yeah, it's here already in the prison camp. What are you going to do? And you've given away so much already. It happens to you the other day. It's like, well, what am I going to do with this? There isn't really taxes. I mean, if there is, nobody keeps track of that because you keep giving it away. And this, that, isn't there something that says, well, if it was a gift, you don't have to pay, whatever. I don't know, but why not go out of control like that? Just say, and furthermore, just like your dog hanging out like a narcissist of your SUV, not motor vehicle, but electric car. Um, it's a trend to just make sure that you have $40,000 to $80,000 in your pocket, and just bump into somebody, oh, and then run, and they go. They're not really surprised. Like I said, by the time my planet is doing this, hope somebody needs it. Really, they find somebody who needs it. Why? Somebody, so and so couldn't play this game. I'm going to give them this one because I do it. You get the idea anyway. How do you like my imagination, babe? And that's kind of seems impossible, but this isn't what I'm talking about. Oh my God, this right here, to me, did you know that my astrology is saying that, babe, please do this for yourself, and you can do a lot more. See, you can show your belly button. No, maybe later. I don't know. It depends. See, maybe I'll start working out for a few people. Say, hi, for the few people that want me to work out, send me $40. And I'll even, right? I don't know. I could be a little baby in the cage, but everybody is, babes. We are all needing to take care of each other, and now you want to talk about when they talk about it's just energy, Shauna. It's just energy. What kind of energy? Can we open this conversation and can I make $10 off of it? Because I say it's humane energy. Human energy. With an E at the end. And I also say that we don't run into that everywhere. We don't, there isn't, I mean, a human being is far and few in between. But I think that we can gravitate on this thing with something. See, the way that you awaken the organism is through resonation, and you start talking about, well, unfortunately, it's the suffering that we're going through that we begin to start to awaken by maybe a teacher is there saying, oh my God, did you notice these people causing us fucking pain because you're equal to a china shop, and but your narcissist is the elephant, and you didn't have any idea. And now, how do you like your nerve damage all around? You know, I happen to be zeroing in on, and this is probably worth $50. And if people see this, and it's like 80 people, let's see if what happens if 80 people enjoy this piece of material and they send me $50, right? 80 people times 50. Oh, God. And that's not very many people. And what if they just said, man, I'm so glad that you told me that, what was I going to say? Oh, God, you know what? For $50, I'll remember what I was just about to say. Sorry, I really was trying to be kind to let you know something. Shit, I hate when that happens. Anyway, that's the main reason why I wanted to make this particular video. It's just to fathom this. See, I'm just cutting it in half. I have so-called um, 415 subscribers. So let's just imagine if all 415 subscribers sent me. See, I'm so retarded. I have to do the math, but I know it's around this $8,900 or something. That's a hell of a lot of money. I would be able to be so cool to everybody around me. When I'm in pain or stressed out, classically, I think it's the same with a lot of people that are used to being healthy, and when they're unhealthy, they don't want to be around, and it's hard to be around them, right? They are either mean or bitter or cruel, even, or yeah, mean. And I don't want to be that kind of money maker. See, a lot of people do enough of one task or something all of their life, they get mean because they don't know it. But that money making job that keeps them in a certain position and just locked into doing something, and really all of their relationships just fall away and they're just locked and not doing. They don't even know that now it's serving its perfect purpose over there, as whatever that particular thing that you do to make money is designed to do. See, that's where I get back to the possibility that it is like a war game, even a spiritual war, and you want to be careful who you work for, who's paying you, and because what is becoming of your human so-called energy, which is very much something that works unconditionally, right? Through thick and thin, it's just going to get up and do the same patterning, and that's what love is possible can do. It needs to be awakened more and get more respect for itself, right? Get more compassion. You know, rinse your eyes out and say, really, is that really worth it? You are still struggling and you don't feel like you got ahead. Um, After all this time, and it's never enough. It seems like, you know, I've been around it in my area. Thanks for listening to all this. People that have multi-millions of dollars, and they've hired me to do their windows or their water, keep their garden and such, like there's somebody there all the time. They go overseas, they don't know what season it is, but these people are so interesting. Um, Not the breed that I know as far as being human. They a lot of them will, well, if you're an empath, you experience them kind of backing you against the corner, or you get your intimate time and they dump on you some things. They're kind of miserable, or something, but they'll let you know something. Maybe it's just human or something, and they say, they say, well, you get a load of how. Oof, well, bottom line is that they don't know if they're doing right or wrong at any time, especially with their money. Even with their kids, the businesses they run, they're just like, all for what, Shauna? Well, I'm trying to. After all this time, I'm selling it out, and I took them to college, and I have. And it's just it keeps. And I just wonder if I did anything good out of it at all. And it's like after I'm working for them, and yeah, their businesses are switching over. I'm working the floor, doing art, right? Important to do something innocent like that. I have made so many wind chimes in my life. Gets up to the billions. I'm telling you, I have made millions of these little trinket thingies that have gone across the world. So when I die, I get to look, uh, and you get to see whoever you have affected on the most minuscule scale, even if it was the wind chimes that you built and sent them to Amsterdam. At one point, I carved a mold. Sorry, I'm talking about this, my ego, but I did. I'm an artist. I can do. Pardon me. I'm suffering because I haven't been able to do anything for a long time. See, I'm very skilled and about whatever I focus on. I think somebody would like to hire me to do something. See, but hasn't the money changed out there? I mean, who are these people, right? See, I worked for some pretty cool people. That wind chime job was something, just something that I stuck to, on and off really. But I did a major string for 12 years really, and yeah, I reached the position where the boss that used to own the position, that whole business, they come up behind me, and I think that they were trying to tell me, you should be the one that buys this business. But because they would let me know, they said, you know what, I was doing exactly what you were doing when it was just me running the whole floor because I was doing everything. At one point, I was doing everything, and I was doing it for $15 an hour. It was slowed down to that point, and I knew how to do everything. That's the thing. And even the supervisor thought that I was the boss, right? Because I did do everything they were asking me how to do, and they were, there was I could tell that they had a trip about me, right? Because I just fucking waxed the floor anyway. My point of this, boy, hire me, to do your videos. I was about to try to tell you about. Look at what SM can do for us. How can we do it? How can we just do it? See, I'm going to try to do it with PayPal, and I happen to think that it's going to work. See, the thing is I think that YouTube will screens it or something with like there's Patreon that is directly through YouTube, and then they get a certain percentage or something, and it's like I say whatever. If I start getting a little tiny trickle in and they're getting like 10%, I'm saying whatever, just keep trickling in because I am getting nothing, and it's better than nothing. I have been suffering, and everybody would, right? And everybody tries to torture you about their pathetic method of getting up off their ass and going to make money. It's like, I don't really have that story, babe. I have a story of, well, of course, sometimes we find ourselves in a compromised position where we're not working. But my story about homelessness is like, it's my family says, because I live in the mountains and we wouldn't be here unless we liked camping out. And that's the funnest time in the world, especially because why? You're up in the mountains. You don't go to the city and be homeless. You retreat and find a bush and commune with a lizard and figure and connect with God and realize, oh, it's just a little bit that I'm stressed out on. A lot of people stress out on a lot of stuff, and my problems right here is nothing compared to the guy who he's $10,000 um away from his low cash mode in his bank account, and he's about ready to commit suicide with his Mercedes Benz because he lost an $80,000 or whatever his wife left him or something. And it's like, babes, can you people fucking lighten up? Buy a guitar, learn how to camp out, light the fire. Don't light the place on fire, just light a fire. Kumbaya. How do you sing that song? I'm sorry. Terrible. Look at what we can do. Oh my God. Wow. See, I might be able to pull this off because I'm a pretty darn good storyteller. Maybe I'll put some videos on this and we'll start doing that. It's just a good idea.